Shalom, giving all praises unto Yahweh, Bashim Shai, Bashim Dash. Double honors unto the apostles of Great Millstone, and honor your brothers to be pushing this truth in sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. I'm the brother, I body here coming out here to give you this truth in the grace, through the grace and mercy of Yahweh, Bashim Shai, Bashim Dash. So it's going to be a relatively quick video, just a few minutes on this one. And we're going to speak about the controlled crisis that's happening out here within the UK, which is going to lead to the poly crisis that we believe is going to play out across the world. And pretty much, Esau's moving towards the Revelations, the 13th chapter on the 16th verse. All right. Financial crisis, right? Healthcare crisis, whatever crisis is. If you got food, they've been playing with the food for a long time. And a couple of days ago, you seen the article where they had a plant out there within Texas, and that's exploded. So somebody's got to tell me how it can be a coincidence that all of these food plants keep on going up in flames, in smoke. Can't be a coincidence. Not that many, not that close together. So that's a play that they're having. And with it being a play that they're having, you better be sure it's going to lead on to the crisis and the poly crisis that they're going to bring about upon the world. Okay? So this particular thing here that we see is the NHS out here within the UK, the National Health Service. And what's been happening out here within the UK as a result of inflation and Esau playing the markets. Right? He played the markets by giving you people money. They sat at home for a year, not working but getting paid with a furlough thing. Excuse me. And then people are wondering why the inflation has gone through the roof. Well, you got paid to do nothing, and now you're paying the price, the real price, which ultimately is the inflation. And I think it's beautiful that this is happening, because this is really linked up to the Bitcoin, and they've been speaking about the Bitcoin out here within the UK. And the crisis is, what do you think that the digitization of currencies is so paramount to the push or the Esau what he wants to do with it? Because when you have these poly crises and the eventual downfall of the currencies, when you have the digital currencies, you're going to be able to program the money. And so if a particular individual has exceeded here's a buzzword, their daily recommendations, they don't have to have more than that with the CBDCs. They don't have to have more than that. And that's what's coming, man. That's what's coming. So when you see these particular things, don't think it's just like, the next bad thing, right? Think about the implications. Think about the long-term implications, what it's going to mean for, the result that they're going to try bring forth. And the answer is pretty simple, man. CBDCs, total control of every facet of life. All right, we ain't going to have this crisis anymore is what they're going to say by doing X, Y, and Z. And when everything falls apart, they're going to have the solution right there and then at hand. Right? See, the MLTB, right, is going to be the solution to solve all problems. When when they're tracking your finances, that's going to be a solution for the because it's going to be blamed on the banks, right? You've seen Credit Suisse, they had issues. Who else has had issues? SPV had issues. So they're going to say, well, look, listen, these bankers, they've been an issue. That's why you've got a so-called financial crisis, and people are losing money because inflation has gone through the roof because the banks were over-leveraging, which is a system that Esau created. Hence the book of Habakkuk, the 2nd chapter, that speaks about woe unto him that's laden with thick clay. Thick clay represents the debts. This man functions on debts because this society was designed to be collapsed. They've had a plan for the longest time. Now, you better believe they can manipulate the markets to have it to where if the plan ain't coming to fruition perfectly, they could do stuff. Or if it's not coming fast enough, they could manipulate the market so it can be accelerated. So they got control of all facets of life out here, right? And all kind of strikes here within the UK. All kind of major services of which these NHS workers, they actually get paid pretty decently. And they're looking for another deal, right, from the government and all of that. And they're about to stage a major strike. Again, the downfall of this society is imminent. The downfall of this society is like you could see it coming over the horizon. And that's why we're seeing these things, right? We're moving fast towards the MLTB. So hopefully that was of edification. Like I said, it was just a quick video, an update of what's happening out here within the UK. And yeah, this is a big deal, man. NHS crisis deepens as nursing union plans a mega strike. So what's going to happen to all of them people that are in ICU, right, intensive care unit, or the people that need care? Because care is a 24-hour job, right? Care is not something you could just leave off for a day, There's certain people that have got what's known as blood thinning medicine. You thin out the blood so they don't have a heart attack. Some individuals have got medicine for their blood sugars, and that's supposed to reduce the sugars in the blood, because if it gets too high, they could be in a position where they die off. There's people out here that need all day care. Like a lot of the percentage of the population out here within the UK needs all round care, right? Feeding, right? So pretty much when you see this coming about, this is a sign of the end of Britain as you know it, and the world at large as you know it, because they're getting ready to bring about the MLTB as a solution to all of these problems, man. Whether it be the financial crisis, whether it be the housing crisis that's coming to the UK and the world at large, all of these problems, man. Food and rationing of food, that's all integrated with the MLTB system. So it's beautiful to see these things, man. With that, I'm going to say all praises unto Yahweh, double honors unto the apostles, a great millstone. Honestly, brothers, that be pushing these truth in sincerity. Shalom.